Hey, this assignment is on the seven big ideas of the Constitution. Um, what you're going to do is there are seven concepts: popular sovereignty, federalism, republicanism, separation of powers, checks and balances, limited government, and individual rights. And I've defined each of these here for you so you can read through this. And then I want you to choose one of these concepts, popular sovereignty or federalism or whatever you think is the most important one. And so, uh, and explain in a minimum of 5 sentences, explain the following: why did you choose this principle, and why do you think it's the most important of all the principles? What do you think would happen if this principle wasn't part of the Constitution, and why do you think that? So, what would happen, and why do you think that's what would happen? So, in at least 5 sentences, do all that. That's for part one. And then for part two, you're going to go to the news and you're going to find this article. So, the easiest way, or find an article about this concept. So, if I chose popular sovereignty, I would literally take popular sovereignty in the news, this line right here, and I would type it in to my screen: popular sovereignty. Okay, but I want to add in the news here. Right. In the news. And I can even click this one: in the news today. So, and then I'm going to find an article. Like, here's one in the New York Times. That's from an archives one. Here's one in the USA Today. Here's one from the Independent. Here's one from Francis Cody. Okay, and all of these are current events. I could do something that was older too, if you want, but something from the news, and it doesn't have to be the United States either. Times of India, popular sovereignties. This is really about voting, right? So most of these articles are going to be about voting, or anything about voting, or that concept, or something along those lines, and that would work. And then when I go to do the work, I'm going to give you a little worksheet. You'll get it. You'll make a copy of it, and you'll just fill this out and resubmit it. Make sure you share it with me so I can access it. If you're not in your student account, I'm not going to have access, so you're going to want to make sure you do that. And I think that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. I remember part one's worth 40 points, part two is worth 40 points, and part three is worth 20. And there'll be a rubric that you'll need to review so you know how you're going to get those points. Make sense? Cool.